I want to make clear to the media here in Florida that this mission wouldn't be taking place at all without Senator Bill Nelson. That's not an exaggeration. It's not a political bouquet tossed in his direction. It is simply a fact. He and one of his colleagues, our mutual friend Senator Barbara Mikulski of Maryland, where this satellite was in storage for a decade and a half, the two of them made it possible to keep it alive, to resurrect it from storage, and with the leadership of President Obama and his staff, to get it out here on the launch pad shortly, in an hour and 20 minutes and a few seconds. I'm watching it. You all are used to this kind of routine down here, but it's very exciting for me. But I will.
1, 0, and liftoff. The Falcon takes flight, propelling the Deep Space Flacon Observatory on a billion-mile journey to protect our planet Earth.
Secondly, what Bill said about the scientists and engineers in NASA and NOAA, and some of their colleagues in the Air Force as well, have been steadfast in making it possible for this mission to come off. Some of the scientific teams, people don't know this story, but some of these scientific teams have worked on a volunteer basis for 14 years since it was originally canceled, literally, because they believe in it that much. Yes, the constant ability to see the Earth whole, fully sunlit, every single day, the opportunity for every man, woman, and child who lives on the Earth to see, if they wish, their own home in the context of the whole, can add to our way of thinking about our relationship to the Earth. And of course, the Earth's ecosystem, principally the climate balance, but other dimensions of it as well, are now threatened as never before. So mobilizing the general public will to put pressure on political and governmental leaders in every nation to take action to save the future of human civilization is one of the principal missions here. At the end of this year of 2015, in December, all nations of the world will be meeting in Paris to negotiate a treaty. And yes, there have been negotiations in the past, and yes, some people have come to feel, well, it's just another one. This is not just another one. You saw the historic agreement between President Obama and President Xi Jinping of China. Just this past week, China announced, didn't get much news coverage over in the U.S., but China just announced they are implementing a nationwide carbon emissions cap and trade program. This is a turning point, and this satellite will contribute to this general change in direction for us as we face this challenge. Now, in addition to these images, all of the scientific measurements that Bill Nelson talked about are absolutely crucial. And the scientific community has done an amazing job in exploiting the opportunities provided by this unique orbit at the L1 point. But one of the measurements has received very little attention, and I think it should receive a lot of attention. This satellite will make it possible for the very first time to measure far more accurately the energy budget of planet Earth. Because what we call global warming is not really best measured with temperature. Temperature is what the scientists call a noisy signal. And since 90% of the energy trapped by the global warming pollution goes into the oceans, and since the oceans turn over very slowly, it's a noisy indicator. What this satellite will make it possible to do when it reaches the L1 point, under some days from now, is to measure not only the energy coming into the Earth from the sun, which we can measure today, but we can also now, for the first time, measure the energy reflected back into space from the Earth and re-radiate it as infrared back into space. And you subtract that second number from the first number, that's the problem we got to solve. Because the amount of energy that's being trapped in the atmosphere it is growing. And that's really the problem. That's why the ice is melting and the sea level's rising in Miami Beach and a lot of other places around the world. That's why the storms are getting bigger and the floods and the mudslides and the droughts are getting deeper and longer and the weather's getting a little chaotic and more chaotic year by year, and as well as the temperature.